I'm just a guy who loves Disney that has way too much time on his hands. If anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. I'm here to rate, review, and describe all of your favorite things from the magical world of Disney. I'm File91e and welcome to my Disney News and Reviews. Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Disney News and Reviews. I'm File91e. And it was a pretty eventful week for me this week, guys. Obviously, I shipped out all the stuff for the winners of the giveaway, Merchandise March giveaway. Merchandise March is over, because March is over, and we're now fully into spring here in Baltimore. It's finally starting to feel like spring, and I'm really excited. We got baseball. My O's not doing too good right now. Rough start, but we won our opening day. But it's still really early in the baseball season. Not to go forever into baseball, but whatever, we're into spring and it's awesome. We just had April Fools, and I think I got a couple of you. I posted a couple different fake stories that almost got me on my File91e Facebook page, and it was funny. We had a good laugh. And again, if you haven't checked out my File91e Facebook page, I think there's a core group of people that do check out my File91e Facebook page every day, and I do try to talk to them, and we can banter back and forth and that sort of thing. So check it out. We do a fun Where in the World every day. I usually do that as I'm on my way to work. I park and then I take a bus in, so when I'm on the bus I do the Where in the World, and that's pretty cool. Speaking of the Where in the World, last week's Where in the World answer is Muppet Vision 3D. I think you guys all got that. I actually thought that was going to be tough, but you guys know way too much about that. But no, it was cool. Muppet Vision 3D is a great ride, and it was the queue loading area. Very neat, very fun stuff. My brother was doing camera then. I want to try to get my brother to do more video when he does. When we go to Disneyland, because he's always funny. He's very different from me. He always says stuff and does some funny stuff that make me. It makes me laugh. One other thing that I want to talk about is when I get to Disneyland, I am going to make a File91e the movie, that sort of thing. File91e Goes to Disneyland the movie. But I think I want to upload it in individual parts so if one gets taken down, you'll be able to see all the other ones. I'm not sure how long they'll be, I'll be able to stay up for. Who knows? Maybe I'll try to do a DVD set or whomever. I'm not sure what I mean, there's so many options that I could potentially do. With the editing and everything, but that's a lot of editing, that's a lot of work, and you guys saw how long it took for me to get out that last one. It was a long time, but I think if I edit it down into smaller parts, that will be just a lot better, and I think it will just work better. So cool stuff. So if you have any ideas on that, just let me know. Again, Merchandise March is over, so it's a regular month this month. I was going to do App April, but I think I'm going to keep that to App August, because I didn't want to. I don't want to do themed months all the way up until Disney World. I do want to review a couple things. There are a couple things that I want to talk about. One is the Passporter Guide. I told you guys that I was going to review that. And the other thing, obviously, I want to talk about today is the D23 stuff. So I do like to have the months where I can get in kind of like the viewer's choice sort of thing, because you guys have all requested stuff. So if you guys have any other requests, let me know in the comment section below. I do have your requests in a book, but I'm not sure what everybody's feeling at the current moment. So I know you guys are going to be talking to me about Captain America and all that stuff. I will go see that, and I'll review that in May, because that's movie May, and that's going to be one of the things that I review. So don't worry, I'm going to be reviewing that. So again, if you have any ideas about what you might want me to talk about this month, just let me know in the comments section. Whatever it is, there is no wrong answer. I'll look at it, and if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. It's just as simple as that. And finally, bonus videos of, I just got a package. It's the D23 package. I renewed my year And I'm a charter member. It's been 5 years. It's crazy. And I also have these Disney note cards that I got from the DisneyStore.com. And I want to do a bonus video just showing you them, just because they're really, really neat. And if you know, I like note cards because it's a lot better than writing on a piece of paper when I give you know, stuff away. I like, you know, it's better than writing on a piece of paper. So obviously I like Disney themed stuff. So yeah, I think that's it for me this week. Also, Game of Thrones is tomorrow, and as is WrestleMania, and I love wrestling, so I think you guys know that. So I'm really excited. This weekend's going to be awesome. Hopefully. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So yeah, let's get right to the news. A lot of news this week, guys. Disney has announced that they will begin allowing more than 3 FastPass Plus entitlements per day, and are working toward incorporating park hopping into the FastPass Plus selections. These improvements have come after Disney had read all the suggestions that people like us had given to them. This goes to show that Disney is listening and is willing to come to compromises regarding the parks. So be sure to let people know of things you know, that could be better, and who knows, it might come true. So they are listening to us, you know, as regards to the FastPass Plus. So if you have any comments or questions, let them know. You know, they might listen to it, they might not. It's that sort of thing. But if enough people talk about it, they will, you know, have to come to some sort of action. Starting today, April 5th, so you might be seeing this tomorrow, but starting today, Saturday, April 5th, you can take part in a Muppet scavenger hunt in Epcot's World Showcase. In celebration of the new Muppets Most Wanted movie, guests will travel around the World Showcase looking for Muppet treasures. You can pick up a clue packet in the World Showcase Plaza, with the hunt taking place in the United Kingdom, France, Italy, and Germany pavilions. So that sounds pretty fun. If you guys take part in that and you feel up to it, let me know. You know, shoot me a message or a comment. I'd really like to see how that was. Magic bands are now available for purchase, and Disney has given them prominent positions in the stores throughout the parks and at Downtown Disney. The retail Magic bands sell for $12.95 plus tax and come in a full range of colors. At the time of the Magic Band purchase, you must already have an RFID ticket or an existing Magic Band, because they got to transfer all the stuff. The cast member will link the new Magic Band to your ticket and My Disney Experience account if available. This means you cannot buy additional bands for other people that aren't present, as each band must be linked at the time of purchase. You can link multiple Magic Bands to your My Disney Experience account, so for annual pass holders, resort guests, and or off-site guests who want more than one band, this is possible. Once linked to your My Disney Experience account, Magic Bands can be retained for and used for future trips. A 10% discount on Magic Bands is available to annual pass holders and DVC members. For a full list of places to buy the Magic Bands, follow the link below. It's really, really cool. They're really starting to make these Magic Bands a full prominent thing right in there. So now you can customize an ad and all that stuff. So you know, it's pretty neat. Star Wars Weekends 2014 will bring 2 new Star Wars character dining experiences to Disney's Hollywood studios. One breakfast experience called the Star Wars Dine-In Galactic Breakfast at the Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater Restaurant will include classic Star Wars movie characters and scenes from the films. Star Wars Dine-In Galactic Breakfast characters may include Darth Vader, Stormtroopers, Jawas, Greedo, and my man, Boba Fett. Actually, he's my brother's man, but I like Boba Fett too. I like Boba Fett. For dinner from 4 p.m. on, the Hollywood and Vine has been transformed into Jedi Mickey's Star Wars Dine at Hollywood and Vine, where Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, Chip, and Dale have all come together to celebrate the greatest saga ever told, Star Wars. Both of these new character dining experiences will be offered daily and not just on Star Wars weekend days from May 4th to June 15th. You can make reservations now by calling 407-WDW-DINE. For guests on the dining plan, both experiences will require 2 table service credits. No discounts of any kind are available. For more information, follow the links below. Right down there. The lineup for the 2014 Sounds Like Summer concert series at Epcot has been released. Tributes to famous bands such as the Eagles, Beach Boys, and the Bee Gees are just a few amongst many more that are slated to appear. Showtimes are 5:30, 6:45, and 8 p.m., except for on July 4th, obviously for obvious reasons, when showtimes are 5:15, 6:30, 7:45, and 9. The Sounds Like Summer concert series are included with Epcot admission and take place at the American Gardens Theater in the World Showcase. As always, performers are subject to change, so they're getting ready for summer. It's that time of year. And finally, tickets are now on sale for the 2014 Night of Joy, a special ticket event at the Magic Kingdom Park featuring top names in Christian music such as Hillsong United, Casting Crowns, and Mercy Me. Taking place on September 5th and 6th, single night tickets are $59 plus tax in advance and $69 plus tax on the days of the show. There's also a 2-night ticket option, which is $108 per night, which includes a 1-day admission to one of Disney's 2 water parks or Disney Quest if you purchase them through August 5th. So there you go. You can purchase tickets at nightofjoy.com or by calling 407-WDisney. So yeah, I think that's it. That was a lot of news. I hope you guys understood all of that. I don't think I stuttered too bad during that. But yeah, cool stuff. The concert series, it's summer. It's starting to be really cool, so it's great. So that's the news for this week. Let's get right to the reviews. Alright guys, the first thing isn't a review, it's more of an overview because a lot of you have been asking me questions as regards to D23. I get, whenever I mention D23 on my File91e Facebook page or on here, there's often a couple people who ask me if D23 is worth it. What is D23? What do you get when you get the gold option? What is that all about? So I'm going to try to answer a lot of those questions today and give you a basic overview of what D23 is and what you can expect from it. I have a lot of D23 opening videos or unboxing videos where I show you all the different magazines that you can get. That is a gold option, but I'll get into that later. So if you want to, after you watch this video, check out and just type in D23 as you search my videos, and you'll see a lot of my D23 magazine unboxing, so you can see what each magazine is like, and they're really cool. So first off, D23 was created in March of 2009. And if you signed up during that first year, you are a charter member. I am a charter member because I signed up. Yeah, I did it, and I'm not too upset about it either. And basically what it is, it's the official Disney fan club. Disney wanted to create a place, a hub where a true, it's like, because there's been a ton of Disney fan clubs out there, but Disney wanted to create a true blue Disney fan club where people of all, creeds and everything can come and celebrate everything Disney. Now, a lot of people have asked me what D23 stands for, if it actually stands for anything, and yes, it does. It is significant. The D in D23 stands for Disney, obviously, and the 23 stands for 1923, which is the year the Disney Brothers, or Walt Disney and his brother Roy, opened the Disney Brothers Cartoon Studio, which became the Walt Disney Company. So that's when it all started, D23, Disney 23. That's what D23 stands for. Now, when you sign up for D23, you have access to different things. First off, you have access to one of 3 different tiers. You got the D23 free, which is something they kind of just came out with in 2010. Then you had the D23 silver, and then the D23 gold. Now, the D23 free is kind of interesting because it allows you a little bit more access than the average person would have in D23. You get some some access to some stories on D23.com and other different things. You don't really get a whole lot because Disney wants you to be either a silver or a gold club member. When you're a D23 silver member, you get access to the D23 site. You get a lot of stuff, all of the the promotions, the exclusive merchandise, and all that stuff. But you don't get the D23 magazine, the quarterly publication that they call it, that is reserved to the D23 Gold tier members. That's what I am. They originally called them the charter members, but they just transferred that to the gold members for people who didn't sign up in the charter year. And for the D23 Gold, you get everything that D23 has to offer: the exclusive merchandise, the discounts, as well as the D23 quarterly publication. Now, first off, I just want to kind of break down into a couple things. You got the website, which has comic strips, breaking Disney stories, Disney news stories, event information. There's a couple sections like This Day in Disney, which is cool. Walt Disney Archives section, as well as the D23 magazine section, which goes farther into the articles that are in the D23 magazine. Then you also get the magazine, which is pretty cool. This is a D23 magazine. It comes nice and packaged and all that stuff. It's really neat because when you are a D23 member, you actually get a yearly prize, that sort of thing. For instance, this year is a 2014 to 2015 calendar, which is really cool. You can see all the stuff on the back. I'm going to be doing an unboxing of that, so if you want to see more of that, you can click on that. But this is the magazine. It's a big magazine. It's almost, I would say, 10 inches by 10 inches. So you really get a lot in there. The full color pictures and the articles are outstanding. Especially for a guy, a big Disney geek like me, it's really, really awesome. Now, one of the big things about D23 is, and that a lot of people know about, is the D23 Expo, which is a Disney convention. Anybody can get into the D23 Expo, but if you are a D23 member, depending on which tier you are on, that depends on how much of a discount you get getting into the D23 Expo. Plus, if you're a charter member, you can get into the charter member lounge. Now, other stuff you can possibly get, like I mentioned before, are discounts for certain things. And also a member exclusive merchandise. So if you were to go to DisneyStore.com, if D23 is running a special for D23 members, you might be able to get some stuff, for like 10-20% off, that sort of thing. But the merchandise and the discounts are another really cool little benefit of being a D23 member. Now, I mentioned before the D23 Expo, and a lot of people early on were kind of disappointed with the expo because it being new, they really didn't predict that it would be that popular, and it's become a very, very huge thing. Like, they just have announced the 4th one this year, or next year in 2015 they're going to be doing a D23 Expo in Anaheim, and it's only been in Anaheim, which kind of ticks me off because being a charter member and everything, it's really hard for me to get to California from Baltimore because I'm on the East Coast and obviously Anaheim's on the West Coast. So it's really expensive and it's really not feasible for me to get over there. And to think that Disney is doing only their expos over there, I mean, come on. Comic-Con has like 17 different, Comic-Cons that every year. In Philadelphia and Chicago and this, that, and the other. You can't tell me that you can't bring the D23 Expo to either New York somewhere or even just down in Disney World, because it's a lot easier for me to get down there. I think Disney is actually working towards that because, again, like I said, it is relatively new, the D23 Expo and D23 in and of itself. They had me do, as a member of D23, they had me do a survey. And it was a pretty long survey where they were asking me questions. It's like, would you come to a D23 Expo on the East Coast, and if so, and why? What's keeping you from coming to D23 on the West Coast? And obviously, I put my airfare and things like that. It's just not feasible for me. So I think in the future they're going to be doing that and have multiple ones because I see all my friends going to the Comic-Cons and the anime conventions and things like that. I'm not into that stuff. I'm into Disney, and I want to go to Disney conventions, and there aren't that many Disney conventions out there, and except for the D23 Expo, and I'm a part of D23, and I can't even go to my own convention as a charter member because it's way too far over there and it's way too expensive. So if you could, I would love it if Disney could get on the East Coast somewhere. It would be really, really awesome if that could happen. But I think they are, and I answer all those questions. So hopefully, like I said, they'll listen to us and bring the D23, the D23 Expo over to the East Coast. So yeah, that is D23. That is what it is. It's a club that allows you to be a part of Disney. It's the official Disney fan club. Should you sign up for it? Obviously, I'm going to say yes. If you are a huge Disney fan, I think you will enjoy it. It can be a little expensive for a gold membership. You have to renew every year. I think it's like $80 a year. For a silver membership, I think it's only $70. I think that's what the prices are. Don't quote me on that. You can go to the D23.com and you'll be able to see. But I think it's like, it's $80 and then $70. And then obviously you have the D23 free. The silver could be less. I'm not sure. I'm not totally sure about that. But I know I just now paid $80 to renew my yearly membership to that. And I think it's worth it because I love being a part of D23. I know I'm a part of the official Disney fan club. I can claim that right. I can say that. And I just really enjoy it. Will you enjoy it? I don't know. You have to determine what type of Disney fan you are. If you're a huge, crazy Disney nerd like me, join D23. If you're a huge, crazy Disney nerd like me and you don't have $80, sign up for D23 free. At least that's something. It's that sort of thing. But if you're kind of wishy-washy and you're kind of on the edge and you're like, I don't really know if I'm going to enjoy it, then chances are you might not enjoy it. But what I'm trying to say is, if you want to, give it a shot. There's a lot of really cool things that come in with the, with the, book and everything, and I just like being a part of it. And as soon as Disney said there's a D23 fan club and you're going to have to pay this amount, I said I don't care. Well, I don't care what I have to pay. I will be a part of it just because I want to be a part of the official Disney, fan club, that sort of thing. And I really enjoy it, and I urge you all to go check it out. And if it's feasible for you, then go for it. And I really think you'll enjoy it. So check out D23. Go to D23.com and you'll learn more about it, especially all the prices and everything, and you'll be able to see if you, if it's something for you or not. I hope it is, because I would like to see you all at a D23 convention someday in the future. So yeah, that's D23. If you have any questions, post them in the comments section below. I know that might have been a little bit long-winded. I was trying to keep it short, but I wanted to try to cover everything when it comes to D23. But the next thing I want to review, and this is an actual review, and a lot of people have been asking me about this, it is the Passporter's Guide to Walt Disney World, or just the Passporter's Guide in general. Now, a lot of you know that I am a huge unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World fan. This is a great book, and I think actually both of these are really great books. After reading the other one and actually going through and sitting down and trying to compare them, I think I've come with I've come with a great list of comparisons and things like that. And both of them have their strengths. Both of them have their weak points. But the main thing is, I'm just going to be talking today about the Passporter Guide. I want to kind of cut away, and we're going to go into this book a little bit more in depth, just so you can see what you're getting into with this book. Overall, I really enjoy it. It's made by, it is an unofficial guide. Disney, it's not sponsored by Disney in any way, but it's written by fans, which the other one is also written by fans. And I really like this. I really like the book. I like the fact that they are fans, and that they took the time to write down their experiences to try to help other people, just get down to Disney World, because I think honestly that's all that we're trying to do. That's all I'm trying to do. It's funny because I wouldn't have even known about this. I've heard of these, the Passporter Guides. I've seen them kind of around the internet, in like one of the the recommended purchases thing on Amazon, and a friend of mine, a viewer, her name is Renee, she decided to try to get me to read this book, and she said, well, they're giving away a free copy if you are a reviewer and or blogger, professional blogger, that sort of thing. And to me, I'm not a professional. Even though I put a lot of effort into this, to me, I'm still just a guy who has a little bit too much time on his hands that is trying to, you know, that just trying to get people to go down to Disney World. It's just one man's opinion, one fan's opinion rather. So after some careful nudging, she got me to send an email, and sure enough, they just sent me a book. They sent me a book. I'm sure they send them out to everybody, to everybody that asks. But overall, you know, it was really neat to to kind of do that. And now here is my official copy and my official review on the subject. So let's cut over to this, and I'll try to get a little bit up close, and I'll have you get up close and personal with the book, and you'll see what's all in this and how this is different, obviously, than the unofficial guide, the one that I champion so much. So let's get over to that and get this started. Alrighty, guys, here is the Passporter's Guide to Walt Disney World. Now, obviously, the first big thing that is different than the unofficial guide is, yes, the unofficial guide is a book, and this is a book, but it's a lot more colorful, a little bit bigger, and the spiral binding. Initially, right off the bat, the first thing you think about is kind of an adventure and that sort of thing. A lot of other stuff that you might notice is the color. There's a lot of color with with this. It's it just seems more fun, more adventure-y, like I said. They also make no mistakes about posting the different awards and accolades that come with this book. So obviously very cool, and for $25 US, it's really not that bad of a book. Good deal. There's also the Passporter.com website. There's a lot of online stuff that links with this book. They have a thing that you can sign up to join, where you can get online versions of different files and spreadsheets and things like that. So check that out, Passporter.com. You'll be able to find out where to buy it, and buy this book. Find out what also you can do with it. So let's actually get into this thing. And first thing you notice as soon as you open up, again, more color. It's a full color book, which some guides don't don't do that. And there's a lot, and you get your first feel for the book. Your first fold out feel for the book, and this book has a lot of that, a lot of the fold out things that are really neat. And there's also just a lot of information that you can write in here. You can write your name, where you're going, where this is, emergency information. You got calendars and things like that, and also some general maps of the general Orlando area, which is really neat, because the whole kind of adventure and story of the book is that it takes you all the way through getting ready to go to Disney, what you're doing at Disney, and the stuff that you might be able to see extra with Disney, and kind of going home, and what you can do when you're home and things like that. So that's really neat. And the first little bit of the book, again, it's the spiral binding. I'm not a big fan of the spiral binding right out of the gate, but that's just a personal preference, and I'm not going to rate that based on my rating isn't going to be based on that's just a personal preference. But because the pages are still fine. The book works fine. The pages are kind of like they're heavier than most books and everything, which I think is great. And these three people right here are the ones you really got to focus on, because they're the ones who have the most input in the book. These are the authors: Jennifer Marks, Dave Marks, and Alexander Marks. Jennifer was the one that I contacted to retrieve this book, to review it, and she was very nice, very helpful, and she's a huge Disney fan. Obviously it shows, because they made this book, and they both have a lot of experience when it comes to publishing things, and and Disney travel. So it's really, really neat. They also all of them give ratings, and even Alexander gives a A-OK rating, to see if it's good for kids and things like that. So there's other ones here, which is really neat. This is the team that also, contribute to the book, which is really cool. And then you get into the contents, and this is where you can see just what what all the stuff that they have. They have planning, they have getting there, and it's all color coded, as you can see on the side. I'm not sure if you can tell. You can see there's different color codes, like right here, these little tabs, and with each you got the orange right up there, the yellow, and then you got the orange there, and then you got the red, and I think you got the purple right here. So all of it's color coded, which is really, really nice. So you can figure out where so you can, for easy navigation, I guess you could say. So you got planning, getting there, and then where you're staying, and different reviews for all the different attractions. They have them separated into different parks. Obviously, any other way of doing it would be weird. Then you got all your food and information, and the Making More Magic, which is the extra stuff. The hidden Mickeys, the backstage passes, the VIP tours, and special events and things like that. Now in the back is another bonus thing that that is exclusive to this Passporter guide, or this or this type of travel guide, which are these little Passporter pocket things, which I'll talk about in a minute. So obviously you go through and you can see just everything. They tell you how to use the passport, the Passporter pockets. Finding Disney information. You can go to unofficial websites. I think it's my dream to just be mentioned in one of these tour guides. It's like to one of the random places you can go check out YouTube on File91e, because to me that would be just so cool to see File91e in a published book that wasn't published by me. That would just be one of the funniest, coolest things ever, just to randomly pick up and say, hey, they mentioned me in there, at least I made it, yay! But that will never happen. Anyway, another really cool thing are these worksheets that they give for you. Like for instance, this is a budget worksheet, and it tells you how to how they think your best way is to budget your time and money in Walt Disney World. Like I mentioned before, they actually have electronic worksheets that you can get if you apply and be accepted for their online thing, which is really, really neat. And it's just cool that they offer that, and these awesome worksheets to help you plan your trip to Disney. And again, you get more information and whatnot, and you get some of these awesome little these magical memory stories, which I really dig, because it helps you really appreciate how people make so many memories when it comes to Disney World. Now we're in a whole new section because of this new color right here, getting there and back, and it gives you more information, times to go, airplane rent, air travel. Another cool thing is they give you maps of the different airports that you can fly into. Obviously, Orlando International is the one that you're going to be focusing on, but the fact that they give you airport maps is, you won't find that really anywhere else. So that's really neat. Again, more worksheets. Travel worksheet tells you how to, like for drivers, flyers, and ground transportation. They have a packing list, and you can check them off. And this, again, they want you to handle this, this book. They want you to check off. They want you to write in it, because this is supposed to be a thing that it's tough. It stays with you. So they, again, more color pictures and more information and what to do. Again, staying in style. This is now all about, hotels and things, and they give you different maps and room layouts of the hotels and the hotel rooms. So if you're staying at, let's say, if you're staying at the Art of Animation Resort, you kind of get a good idea of where you're going to be staying and what your room's going to look like. So that's really cool. That's really neat. Now you get into the actual touring. Again, they talk about the My Magic Plus and all the stuff leading up to the actual maps and whatnot. And once you get to the park itself, or the park section, you get this awesome fold-out map, which you really don't get in any other touring guide. And it's a full-color map to scale, and you get all these little things that you know, help show you where to go. On the map are such things as bus stops, you know, shops and eateries. All the different things are all color coded. Another really cool thing is the average time it takes to walk from point to point. So if you're going from here to you know, let's say the hub to Peter Pan's flight, it might be you know, 4 minutes. It takes you 4 minutes to walk there, so you get an idea of how big everything is, and just the fact that they would add that, there's a really neat little thing. So yeah, you get rides, you know, ride breakdowns and things like that. And let me kind of zoom in here, and you can actually see how they, you know, rate their rides. Up here is a little you know, like check mark thing, so you can check off all the different places that you go to. And this is a standard type of review. You got the name, you got A4, which is where you can find it on the map, which is where you can find it on the map. A4, that sort of thing. They have it you know, bracketed things with their A4, Pirates of the Caribbean. There you go. So that's really neat. They mentioned that it is a Fast Pass Plus ride, and then you got the A-OK there from Alex, which is really cool. And then you get Jennifer and Dave's review rating, along with the readers, the average readers rating and whatnot. So that's really cool. You get, you know, all the information. What type of it? It's a boat ride. It's an e-ticket attraction, which is kind of cool because it is an e-ticket attraction. Ages 6 and up, gentle, drop, scary, dark and scary to young kids, 9-minute ride. You also get like a story background and a bunch of tips, which is really cool. So that's an average look at how things are rated and whatnot. And you got the Hall of Presidents right there, same sort of stuff. Obviously, Alex did not give this the A-OK because it's boring. You know, it's pretty cool. But then, you know, obviously, but the Haunted Mansion, he gives you the A-OK and things like that. So you get a lot of different perspectives, which is great, because most other people, they give an average perspective of different readers and things like that. These are honest-to-God opinions from honest-to-God people, and overall, I think that's one of the biggest awesome pluses of this book. Now, moving on past you know, all this stuff, you get the you know, the touring, and then we get into the dining areas where they talk to you about all the dining stuff, which is really neat. The different restaurants and holidays and things like that. And they have a meal worksheet, advanced reservations worksheet. Hey, if you want to, you know, review stuff, they just have a lot of really cool stuff. Now, the backstage passes stuff, you got all the different guided tours that you could do, and again, you can check them off. So that's really neat. Taking photos, the photo pass, shopping for souvenirs. They give you a little worksheet for that they want you to, obviously, they want you to write in. If you're in search of alcohol or groceries or gum or anything like that, they'll, you know, they like kind of the general stuff if you need it. It's just cool that they add all these little touches. They talk to you about the holidays and the different special events. They even give you a little stuff about beyond Walt Disney World, the different parks around the world. So if you're reading and you want to know about it, you know, then obviously you get to the index, and that is the majority of the book. What's really fun is they have a website index as well. They have autographs and things like that. Obviously, you're going to have your autograph book with you, but whatever. Then they talk to you about registering the passport or your passporter online, and this is where you can get your articles and the passporter goodies and things like that. You know, where you can order them from. You got this is the deluxe edition of the passporter, which you can, you know, it's supposed to look really nice and actually, you know, take a beating, and like this is for when, you know, for people who want to take it with them in the parks and really have it on hand and ready. So that's really neat. There's the Passporters Club, the thing I was telling you about, where you get the e-books and the forms and everything like that, which is really neat. And then you get into this end section here, which really separates this book from other from the other touring guides. You got the full color photos, which is again really neat. But then you get these things. You're like, what are stickers? What are these stickers for? Well, the stickers help to customize your Passporter guide, which is what they really want you to do. And you can also get these awesome little Passporter pockets, and they give you a different pocket for each different day, and they want you, especially kids and people who might be easily bored by just kind of doing nothing, or the doing nothing times at Disney World, to kind of fill it out and to to put special little trinkets and receipts and things like that in here. And other, and filling all this stuff out, like, memories of your first day, photos. We did this. A really cool shot was that. Well, the budgeting and expenses. Obviously, that's not from, that's not the kids part. That's the adult part. But again, it's just fun stuff that you can do, and you just helping you remember all of your time when you were there. It's the fact that they even offer this. They offer it up to, I think it's 10 days. Yeah, 10 days. And it's just so crazy to to think that that they would offer that. And the more I think about it, the more I would actually use it, which is kind of funny, because at the end of your day, when you're sitting in your bed at your hotel room and you're thinking, what are the magic memories that we made in Disney World and things like that, and talk about your trip and everything like that. It helps make each book that that you get yours. Like each year, they come out with a new one usually. I think that's how it works. But they want you to make each book yours and personalize it so that that it's unequivocally yours, and nobody else can try to match it. And overall, I think it's really fun, and the fact that they actually take the time to add little touches like this this band right here to help keep your place and everything. It's just really neat. Use this elastic band to help keep your Passporters securely closed, so you can actually close it and things like that. So it's just neat. It's the little touches in this book that some might think they went overboard with it, and some might think they didn't. I think they didn't. I think they added these little touches, and it's a very fun book. I really enjoyed it. I didn't know what to make of it when I first got it, but as I thumbed through it, it's quickly becoming one of my favorite tools to get into, to get me ready to go to Disney World and whatnot. I'm going to Disneyland. They have a Disneyland version, but it's not quite up to date. They're working on that one. So she sent me the Walt Disney World version, and I think that's the most generic one that everybody would use, because I think a lot more people go to Disney World than Disneyland. But yeah, so that's really cool. So I hope you guys understand what's in the Passporter guide now, and as opposed to the other ones. And I hope you enjoyed that. And let's go, cut back, and I'll rate and give you the final thoughts on it. Alright guys, there you go. Like I said, it's a very fun book. It's really cool, very interactive, and that's like one of the really cool things about this book. Like I said, this is a great book. It has tons of information, but it is still just a book. With this one, it's more of they kind of want you to really get in there and play with this book. They want you to really, dirty it up, write in it, highlight in it. It's a Passporter thing. It's supposed to be with you all the time. And overall, I just like it. I think it's really cool. It's a fun book, and I think it's definitely a very huge helpful guide for anybody that's going down to Disney World. So honestly, these two books right now are officially File91e recommended. If you're going down to Disney World, both of these books offer great information, and I honestly recommend you read both of them when going to Disney World, because you will then be completely in the know with everything. I love the information these guys give. Plus the tie-in with the website is excellent. So check these guys out. So what am I going to give? The Passporter's Guide to Walt Disney World. They also have a Disneyland one, but apparently it's not up to date. This is the most up to date one. The Passporter's Guide. I want to give this 5 big stars. This is a great thing, great book, great guidebook. There's a lot of other guidebooks out there that really are kind of wishy-washy. These guys go really in depth, and I just love the honesty, and the tips, the fact that they cover all the bases. It's just really, really great. So the Passporter's Guide to Walt Disney World, 5 big stars. Check it out. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Disney News and Reviews. Again, check out the Passporter Guide to Walt Disney World. Awesome stuff. And also check out D23.com. I just want you guys to really, I hope you guys know more about D23 now than when you watched before, than you did before. Again, if you have any questions, post them in the links below. And if anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. I want people to go to Disney World and have a great time. And just know that I'm just a guy, I'm a fan who has a camera and a big mouth. I just want people, I can't say enough about going to Disney World and how much fun it is for anybody. I promise you, people of all ages can find something fun to do in Disney World, and I just think it's great. And if you are going down to Disney World, be sure to go to allears.net, touringplans.com, wdwmatch.com for all your latest and greatest Disney news. WaltDisneyWorld.com, PassporterNow.com is really good. They have a lot of great information there. Check out both of those books. It's just there's a ton of information out there to go to Disney World. And honestly, aside from being very stubborn, there's no reason to not. It is an experience that I think every person should have in their life at least one day. Because even the most hardened of people can be kind of softened up when they walk into the Magic Kingdom. So WrestleMania's tomorrow. Game of Thrones premieres tomorrow at the same time. So basically what I got to do, I got to watch WrestleMania and then come home and watch Game of Thrones because I took off on Monday because my head's going to explode from excitement. It's going to be great. I'm so excited. And check out, we'll just wait for the bonus videos, the D23 unboxing and the note cards unboxing. I really want you guys to watch that if you're interested. I hope this wasn't too long of a video for you, but I had a lot to say. And if you have any requests or anything like that, just post them in the comments section below. So you guys got it easy last week, so I'll try to make it tougher this week. So see you guys next week for another Disney News and Reviews. And guys, where in the world am I this week? Bye, guys.
Please put both tools away in their docking stations.